Don't come in here with no red hat. We ain't making America great again because they ain't never been great.
When are black women going to stop being loyal to this party? Because they have never been loyal to black women. What's good, y'all? Welcome to Pretty Realist. Now, unless you've been hiding under a rock, of course you know that black women in the Democrat Party have literally been acting a fool out here in these streets, okay?
And the people of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on them.
Elon Musk is currently public enemy number one.
Here, we are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face, we are going to be on your asses, and we are going to make sure you understand what democracy looks like.
I don't know why everybody said that Elon was not elected, honey. I could have swore that we knew what he was going to do.
It says DOGE actually means dangerous oligarchs grab everything. Well, ain't that the truth? I am so tired of these billionaire boys and their grubby little hands grabbing at everything. Hands off our bodies, hands off our data, hands off our tax refunds, hands off our social security checks, hands off our Constitution, hands off our democracy.
We understood the assignment. I don't know if they didn't understand the assignment, but we understood the assignment. The three musketeers, Maxine, Ayanna, and Jasmine, loudmouth asses, just have taken it upon themselves to just be loud and wrong and continuously mislead the 92% of black women who voted for Skamala Harris. I have a feeling that there is a white man somewhere stashed in Jasmine Crockett's back pocket because she just cannot seem to just not race bait. This is her in a meeting where she is feeling some type of way about what Elon Musk is doing when it comes to him trying to save America and pretty much expose the fact that they asses have been robbing us. Check it out.
Over by a minute. We've heard a lot about the fact that Democrats have been talking about Elon Musk. And let me give you a news alert. We're not going to stop talking about him. We're going to keep talking about him until he is out of here. Now, if he wants to be elected or appointed and confirmed to something, then so be it. But as of right now, we have somebody that for whatever reason, I don't know.
He's not going anywhere. It's not about him being elected. It's about him being hired. It's about him being chosen to do a job. She's always just so ghetto. Remember, before I even became a conservative, seeing people like Condoleezza Rice, who I believe was associated with the Bush administration, how she was just not respected at all. But never did she ever carry on like these groups. Just loud, disrespectful, angry. But then we're supposed to act as if this isn't a poor representation of black women in America, because for how long are we going to continue to act as if she isn't the representation of the angry black woman stereotype that we continue to say we don't want to be a part of no more? Just saying.
If y'all just trying to play in our face because you think we're stupid, or if you literally just cannot see the difference in a George Soros and a Bill Gates. But let me give you a little bit of the difference. Number one, George Soros nor Bill Gates ever somehow decided to turn off the spigot of money that was going through to...
Sorry. The fact that she mentioned George Soros when we know that George Soros has been rubbing elbows with the Democrat Party on a regular basis is by far laughable to me. You see how they like to gaslight, how they like to play? Yeah, okay. Okay, Jazz. And if you made it this far, make sure you click that bell. I greatly appreciate it.
Various organizations and agencies, to the extent that it had actually been ordered by law that they should have access to it, to the extent that people are dying. There are people that have died as a result of this antic And there are now farmers that are screaming that they may lose their family farms because we have over $500 million worth of food that is sitting and not going anywhere because of the attempt to shut down U.S. aid. So let me tell you, that is the big difference between the two of them. And let me also tell you that a big difference between Democrats and Republicans is that we don't just say we believe in the Constitution, but we walk it like we talk it. What does that mean? That means that if we believe in the Constitution, we don't just pick out the Second Amendment and say that it is limitless, nor do we pick out the First Amendment and say that it is limitless. The thing about the Constitution is that it has always been a balancing test. There are limits to this. And right now, what we continue to hear from a certain...
Is y'all believe in the Constitution when y'all let all these illegal immigrants just come over here, have babies, and say that they was American citizens? Did y'all believe in the Constitution then? Because y'all definitely fighting tooth and nail to try to make it seem like birthright citizenship is just meant for illegal people to just come over here, drop babies off on American soil, and that just automatically makes them American citizens, and taxpayers are supposed to just be mammy and daddy. I know damn well that when they came out with that's not what they meant by that. Girl, give me a break. They love to pick and choose when they want to follow the law. They love to pick and choose when they want to use the Constitution to work out in their favor. Because I haven't heard of anybody dying, screaming and yelling when it comes to the amount of money that has been wasted when it comes to this aid that you claim to be so important. I don't know if you all are aware, but these people have been responsible for billions of dollars have been used, our money, taxpayer money, that has been used and pretty much possibly laundered on shit that none of us agreed to. Not one news report about any of this. Nothing.
Side of the aisle is that there are no limits to this lawlessness. In fact, there are limits. And I can tell you that one of those limits typically is around hate crimes. You may or may not know that when it comes down to it, if somebody decides that they want to send something hateful in, say, the U.S. mail, they can actually go to prison for that, up to 5 years in prison. So yes, there are always going to be limits. So when we start to talk about Trump and him being pulled down on any platform, this just happened to be after he incited an insurrection. This just happened to be after, in a bipartisan way, this particular chamber decided that they were going to impeach him. So there was something a little different about what he did, because as we know, it led to people actually dying. But let's talk about who's doing the nefarious things with the tech giants. Because I don't think that one side of the aisle is promoting truth, but sometimes it may seem a little treasonous. All right, so we've got this article right here about this guy. Meta says it will end its fact-checking program on social media posts. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Then we have Washington Post says it will not endorse a candidate.
That's enough for her ass. She should be called Jasmine Crock of Shit. I need to know, why is it that y'all just speaking about this right now? Why is censorship so important right now? Because last year, throughout the entire campaign season, the only people that were getting censored were conservatives. We were getting our pages taken down, misinformation, disinformation. It wasn't until last year that Zuckerberg even came out and said that he was being told by Biden to do the whole little censorship. Hell, we're still being censored right now. Really just salty that they lost. And their party is losing credibility on a regular basis. Nobody talks about how Black Democrat leadership has pretty much ruined Black neighborhoods. And it continues to. And they continue to use Black women for their lies. And I don't know if they're just paying them handsomely, because I mean, like, when you look at their net worth, see, Jasmine Crockett, $174,000 annually is her salary, and $9 million, that's your net worth. To do what? What are you doing? And it's the same thing with Ayanna Pressley. Same thing with Maxine Waters. All they do is just incite violence, not doing anything to help their cause. They're not doing anything, and they continue to point the finger at Trump, at what he's doing and what he's doing wrong. But we sat the entire 4 years and watched this country go to shit. None of them said anything. None of them spoke up about how black neighborhoods were being overran by their migrant issue. None of them spoke up about how disrespectful it was. They pulled up a Planned Parenthood abortion clinic, a mobile Planned Parenthood abortion clinic. They pulled up in Chicago with it to give abortions right in front of the DNC. Like never mind the fact that black women hold the title for having the most abortions in the entire country. And then you have this woman who is a lying, cosplaying black woman who's really an Indian going out here promoting this mess. Nobody's saying anything about that. Nobody's speaking about the mental instability that's going on in the black community and why so many black mothers seem to be homeless right now and are killing their kids. Nobody's talking about that. Talking about black unemployment being right back as high as it's ever been. It was at its lowest under Trump that it had been in 50 years. But it's right back high again. Nobody's talking about that. We're happy. We're getting what we voted for. It's just you guys that's standing in the way. So maybe it's something that you're hiding that you don't want us to find out. I hope, oh God, I just hope and pray that black people eventually will walk away from the Democrat Party as a whole. You don't even have to come over to the conservative side. You could be an independent. But y'all got to walk away from them because they have never been for black people. Never. Just look at the blackest city in the country. And then you'll see whether or not the parties have actually switched. And if they've actually been doing a good job when it comes to holding up their end of the bargain when they get the black vote. That's all I got to say about that. Listen, I'm going to get up out of here. Look, don't shoot the messenger. Only receive the message. If it's for you, receive it. If it's not, leave it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Peace.